Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Rob. So here's the thing. We all love modding our Tacomas. It makes them a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun, means we have a lot of great times. However, there are a few mods that they're just helpful. You know, they're mods that will help to sort of improve your experience with the truck. So this is actually one of them. So did you guys know not every single Tacoma comes with the lighting in the bed? It was actually an optional accessory. I would think that it should have came on more Tacomas, but it didn't. You know, I've actually seen more Tacomas without the, lighting in the bed than with. So because of that, I figured, hey, my 2022 TRD Off Road does not have it, so let me look into it. If you have a 2020 and up, it's actually pretty easy to, hook up everything. And that's why being mine is a 2022, pretty simple plug and play install. So I decided to do a bit of researching and I found these 𝗣𝗿𝗁 LED bed lights. So these were under $30. Of course, you can buy the OEM Toyota ones, but they are around $60. Now, personally, guys, in my experience, LEDs are LEDs. You know, you're generally, I've had eBay LEDs, I've had Amazon LEDs, I've had LEDs from websites where it was like $15 for 2 LEDs, versus, pack of 10 on eBay or Amazon for $5. I generally have pretty similar experiences with all of them, so I figured, hey, let's try a third party, a cheaper alternative. And I did put a link to these same ones below, a link to the Amazon product. And I also did put a link to the OEM ones in case you wanted to compare, or if you just want those instead. It's going to be the same installation steps, just, different branding on it. So let's go ahead and let's open these up and let's see what we got. All right, you guys, so let's open these. So like I said, install won't be too hard because this is a Tacoma that is newer in 2020. The kits are a little bit different if you do not have a 2020 and up. All right, so we have here the wiring harness. So the wiring is actually behind the tail lights. So actually, if you watched when I, did the diff breather install, the ARB diff breather, you could actually see the harness in the video. It's just tied off there. If you didn't know, it's pretty common to basically make the trucks come pre-wired, and some cars as well, for these kind of little things, because it's just easier to pre-wire them than to have to keep track on a supply line of what has what. I've installed fog lights on a few different cars in the past, and most of the time they were already pre-wired because, it was an optional accessory. It just makes it a lot easier. So this will just be connecting it to those. So let's see, we have right and left. So we'll be doing this on both sides. And then the actual bed light itself. We get a little bit closer to you guys so you guys can see it. So check this out. Looks good, right? So there's no on and off switch, and that is because this will be controlled by the switch that is on your driver's side. It's pretty much down by your leg. It's the same switch that activates that light that's up above your bed, right on top of the cab, that will kind of illuminate down on the bed. So they'll be running off of the same switch, basically. Same power, when that light is on, these lights will be on. So now that we have all this open, now let's go to the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and go through the installation of it, my thoughts about it, and honestly, just if there are any hiccups on the way, which I highly doubt there will be. So let's go ahead and let's get out there. All right, you guys, so now we're here in my garage. I have the tailgate down because we are going to start installing it. So we will be installing the bed light on this side. It is the same instructions though for both sides. I'm just going to show you guys the right side. So all you're going to need is, of course, the supplied equipment, which is this cable and this light. And actually, we're right here anyways. So just go ahead and let's plug in this end. There we go. Now it's ready to use, ready to be installed into the Tacoma. And you will be having to remove the tail light. So for that, you will just use a 10 mil. So nothing crazy, guys. Pretty easy. So let's go ahead and let's get into the install. All right, you guys, first things first, we will be removing, this panel, because that is where this light will be going into. So first off, easy peasy, it's just a pry off. So look at this. Hand behind, and bam. So notice, you know, the way this tab is, so this tab was down there. You're going to be installing the light the same way. See how it has that same tab? So let's get the wire in there first. Sorry, it's a little bit harder to do with one hand. There we go. So get that in there. Hook underneath the top. Then just push. There we go. Heard that nice satisfying snap in. Now it's in place now for the tail light part. So before we go any further, guys, I did want to clarify something about these bed tail lights. So this kit is for 2020 and up Tacomas only. 2020 and up Tacomas, they mostly came pre-wired. So that is why the wire is going to be right behind the tail light. If you have a you know, model Tacoma that is 2019 or below, you do have to do some additional wiring, which I do not, you know, I don't have to do it. So as such, I won't have a video to show you guys. You know, I do apologize for that. So remember, guys, this is 2020 and up where they already come pre-wired, because that is what keeps it nice and plug and play. So let's go ahead and let's get on with the install. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and let's get this install going. So first off, to remove the tail light, you will remove this top screw right here and this bottom one. Not this second from the top, only these two. So let's go ahead and take these off. One. So if you did, you know, install the �11𝗏 diff breather, then you are familiar with taking off the tail lights. I do have a video on how to do that as well. If you want to look through my Tacoma build-up playlist. Now while I'm doing this, I will also mention there are some big plans for Tacoma, you know, in terms of suspension and wheels. Suspension is already here. Haven't really talked about that too much yet. And the wheels are already. Alright, so now let's go ahead and pop off the tail light. Just get a little bit of muscle. There's only 2 or 3 little clips in there. Alright guys, so remember, just have to give it a little bit of muscle and it's out. So now that we have that removed, let me go ahead and show you guys from another angle what exactly I'm looking at right now. Alright you guys, so now we're here behind, you know, essentially in the recess where the tail light was. So see this? This is the wire for the power. So it is actually just plugged into nothing. This is just a holder. So we can just go ahead and unclip that out. And bam, we now have power. So remember guys, we had plugged in the bed light with the cable. Now if you wanted, you know, what you could do is plug in the bed light after, so then you're gonna have a better time routing the cable through. You know, I got lucky, I guess, both times where when I plugged it in, the wire was actually well within reach of this hole right here. So let me just reach back here, I can see it already, and hook it out, and here it is. Also, if you have a lot of trouble, you could also just get underneath the truck and you can see the wiring pretty easily. You can definitely just do it that way as well. So now that we have this, so this can actually go right in here to hold it. And there we go, we have wiring. And we'll just go ahead and plug it in to power it. And now it's powered. You know, it's that easy. So now let's go ahead and we're gonna put the tail light back in. You know, just the same way we took it out. So let me just push that off down there. Let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so let's go ahead and reinstall this. So remember guys, let's take the lamp, put it in the right spots, and just push in. 1, 2. Now just hold it and get the screws in. One screw. Two screws, let's tighten that back up. Remember guys, you want to be tight but not too tight. And just one more tug. 1, 2. Alright, so let's just do a quick test. So I'm going to go ahead and open the door and let's see if this light turns on. Alright you guys, so let me show you guys where the switch control is. That's it guys. So you see how it says door here. So right now it's in the middle, so that means when the door's open, that top light will open as well as the bed lights. You could have it off or on. So let's leave it on the door and leave the door open. And now let's see how the back is looking. And hallelujah people, we have light. Check that out. We have that light. That's the top light that I mentioned. That was already there. And then the newly installed side works. So check that out guys. Nice successful install. Let me zoom out a little bit here. And then I am going to go ahead and let me close the tonneau just so you can see how much of a difference it was, because before it was pitch black. Close this. And it is very nice having some illumination in there now. Not bad at all guys. You know, the reason why I wanted to install this was because last time I had to load up something in the bed at night, I couldn't see anything. So really cool. So let me go ahead and give some, final impressions. All right, you guys. So as you can see, very solid product. So this is the 𝗣𝗍𝗂 bed light. I definitely do recommend this. Works great. As you can see, looks great. Install was nice and easy. I could definitely say, that I can recommend this product. And at only about $30, which is about half the price of an OEM one, I definitely think this is a no-brainer. Based on the reviews and everything, this should be a very solid product in the future. And do please remember though guys, this kit is only for 2020 and up Tacomas. 2019 and below, we're not pre-wired, so unfortunately you will have to do a little bit more legwork if you want bed lights and that. But most 2020 and ups, they come pre-wired, such as my 2022 TRD Off Road. So if you guys have any other questions about the install or product, let me know. If you guys want to know about lasting impressions, if you're watching this video later, please go ahead and let me know. Anything else you guys, drop a comment. Please also go ahead and subscribe. The more subscribers I have, the more of these I can buy, the more products I can buy, the more I can, do more reviews for you guys. So guys, with that, this is Rob, and have a good one.